One quiet night in Giza, the city was deeply asleep, surrounded by the scent of history and the grandeur of ancient civilization. The Great Pyramid stood tall under the moonlight, telling the story of the thousands of years that had passed over it. Close by, there lived a small dog named Zaki. Zaki was no ordinary dog. He was curious and loved adventure. Zaki lived with his owner, a water vendor who worked near the pyramids. They lived a simple, happy life, but Zaki always felt something deep inside pulling him towards the Great Pyramid. He had heard stories about the pyramid's greatness and the adventures of those who had tried to climb it, and he felt destiny calling him to be part of those tales. One morning, Zaki woke up feeling unusually energetic. Today was the day he would embark on his great adventure. He decided that this day would be different, and he had to discover the secrets of the pyramid himself. He started crawling toward the pyramid, and although the path was rough, his determination was stronger than any challenge he might face. Zaki reached the base of the pyramid and cautiously began to climb. The surface was covered in a layer of sand and dust, and each step took him into a new world of secrets. The pyramid was enormous compared to his small size, but Zaki felt he had enough strength to achieve his dream. As he climbed, Zaki recalled the stories he'd heard about the pharaohs and how this great structure was built as a tomb for a mighty ruler. He felt as though each step his paws took was carrying him back in time, where imagination met reality. As the hours passed, Zaki continued his climb, without stopping. The journey was full of challenges. The rocks were sometimes slippery, and the wind was strong. Yet, he persisted with courage and strength. Stopping was not an option. He looked up at the sky and saw how the stars guided him through the long night. Perhaps the spirits of the pharaohs were watching from afar, wondering if this little dog would overcome the obstacles and reach the top. With each step, the journey became more difficult. Yet, Zaki didn't hesitate. He kept reminding himself of the goal he had set out to achieve. Halfway up, he paused to catch his breath and decided to press on. He knew that success was only a few steps away. Finally, after hours of effort and exhaustion, Zaki reached the top. He stood there, at the edge of the pyramid, looking down at the city shimmering under the stars. He had accomplished what no one had imagined. He became the first dog in history to reach the summit of the Great Pyramid. At that moment, Zaki felt connected to something much larger than himself. He gazed at the horizon, where the sky meets the earth, and felt immense pride. The wind howled around him as if congratulating him on his achievement. Zaki was no longer just a small dog. He had become part of the legend of the pyramids. The next day, the people of Giza woke to the story of the dog who climbed the pyramid. The tale spread from one person to another, and as it did, people became more amazed and impressed by Zaki's bravery. Zaki became a symbol of persistence and adventure, and everyone talked about his journey, which became part of the region's history. Visitors who came to see the pyramids asked about Zaki, hoping to catch a glimpse of the legendary dog with their own eyes. As for Zaki, he returned to his daily life, but he was no longer the same dog he had been before. His soul was filled with the stories and experiences he had lived through that night. Zaki was no longer just an ordinary dog. He had become a symbol of determination and courage.